goal at Telemed Consultations is to provide our clients and our customers the very best in the latest telemedicine technology out there today. One of the things that we have for the consumers, for you, for myself, and for other people that need to speak to the doctors is an excellent opportunity to save money. Let's say that you get sick. You're sick in the middle of the night. You know that you may be too sick to go to work. You know that you really need to talk to a doctor. You need to see a doctor. But you wonder, how can I see a doctor before I have to go to work? Well, now you can. Through our company and the agreement that we have with a group of board-certified, state-licensed doctors, you can actually have that consultation that evening by calling a number, and that number will connect you with a doctor that is state licensed in your area. Or let's say that maybe you wake up and you're sick and you would like to speak to the doctor the next morning and find out what's wrong. Well, you can go ahead and schedule an appointment for then, or schedule an appointment at any point in time. The doctors that we work with will contact you back at that scheduled appointment time. Let me tell you a little bit about my first experience with these services. I had signed up for the program myself through this group of doctors and had not used it, and thought, well, I've been sick now for a couple of weeks and it was just beginning to get worse. So I called the doctors, this company that we work with, that I have a membership with, just like you will have a membership with. We represent these doctors, and scheduled my appointment for 8 o'clock that evening. I'd called at 3 o'clock. I was in the middle of, in between some appointments. I knew that I was going to be busy for the rest of the day. So I called at that point in time, scheduled an appointment for 8 o'clock. The doctor called me at 8 o'clock on the nose. I don't know about you, but usually when I actually go to a doctor's office, I don't get to see the doctor at the point in time that it's scheduled. He's usually a little bit running late, or actually I've been to a doctor's office before and he had delayed and was still at the hospital and I had to reschedule my appointment. So here, that's not going to happen to you. Let me continue on with my experience. He called me at 8 o'clock right on the nose, very polite, said, "Mr. Mitchell, what seems to be the problem today?" And I explained to him the situation, all my issues. And after he asked me several questions, and then he said, "Mr. Mitchell, you have a sinus infection, and we can treat that and help make you better." So he told me some things that I needed to do, and then he started talking to me about an antibiotic. He said, "We need to get you started on an antibiotic regimen to get rid of this." So he asked me some questions about if I was allergic to any particular antibiotic. And I told him no. And then he said, "Well, let me tell you about one that I think that will solve your problem." We talk about it. But then about 2 or 3 minutes later, he says, "Well, I've sent that prescription to your local pharmacy and you will be able to pick it up." So I told him, I said, "Thank you very much, doctor. I really do appreciate this." And we hung up. The amount of time, it only took 15 minutes for that consultation. Just think about how much it would have cost you or me if I would have had to driven to a doctor's office. Took time to schedule that, driven to a doctor's office, tried to find a place to park, and then spent the $100 to see the doctor.